What if everything we thought we knew was only half the story? What if a single honest sentence, spoken without filters, quietly shook the foundation of one of the most talked about friendships in global pop culture? And what if the response we have all been waiting for has finally arrived, hidden between subtle words, fleeting glances, and moments that felt too real to ignore? Before you jump to conclusions, ask yourself this: are we witnessing a misunderstanding, or the beginning of a deeper truth finally surfacing? Stay with this story until the very end, because what unfolds may completely change the way you see the bond between Jungkook and Taehyung. And if you feel your heart racing even a little while reading this, don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more intense updates that dig beneath the surface of the headlines. That it all began with a moment that seemed simple at first glance. During a recent candid conversation, Jungkook spoke with a level of honesty that fans immediately recognized as different. His tone was calm, but there was an unmistakable weight behind his words. He reflected on growth, distance, and the difficulty of maintaining closeness while evolving as individuals under the brightest spotlight imaginable. He did not mention Taehyung directly in a dramatic way, yet the implications were enough to send shockwaves across social media. Was he hinting at something unresolved? Was he addressing long-standing speculation? Or was he simply speaking as a mature artist who has learned that relationships, no matter how strong, require constant understanding? The reaction was immediate. Fans dissected every syllable, every pause, every subtle change in expression. Some believed Jungkook was courageously clearing the air about rumors that have lingered for years. Others worried that his words signaled emotional distance between him and Taehyung. The atmosphere shifted overnight. What had once been playful speculation turned into serious debate. Could there truly have been a misunderstanding between them? And if so, how deep did it go? Then, just when the conversation reached its peak, Taehyung responded. Not with a direct statement naming names or addressing rumors head-on, but with something arguably more powerful: emotion. In his own appearance shortly after Jungkook's candid remarks, Taehyung spoke about loyalty, miscommunication, and the pain of being misunderstood by people who think they know your entire story. His voice carried a softness that contrasted with the intensity of the speculation swirling around them. It was not a confrontation. It was not a denial. It was something far more layered. It felt personal. Fans immediately connected the dots. Was this a response? Was Taehyung subtly addressing Jungkook's honesty? Or were both artists simply speaking about broader experiences, with the public projecting a narrative onto them? The timing felt too precise to ignore, yet nothing was explicitly confirmed, and that uncertainty became the most powerful element of all. The truth is, Jungkook and Taehyung have always shared a bond that transcended typical group dynamics. From their early trainee days to dominating global stages, their chemistry has been both visible and undeniable. They laughed loudly together, teased each other relentlessly, and showed a level of comfort that many interpreted as unbreakable. But growth changes people. Fame changes circumstances. And sometimes, even the strongest connections face silent challenges. Observers began revisiting past moments with a new perspective. A missed glance here, a slightly delayed reaction there. Instances that once seemed insignificant suddenly appeared meaningful under the lens of current speculation. But here lies the critical question. Are we uncovering hidden clues? Or are we rewriting history to fit a narrative we are eager to believe? Jungkook's honesty struck many because it did not feel rehearsed. He spoke about how misunderstandings can grow in silence, how assumptions can create invisible walls, and how pride sometimes prevents immediate reconciliation. Those words resonated far beyond fandom discussions. They touched on universal human experiences. And perhaps that is why they felt so heavy. It is easy to forget that global superstars are still human beings navigating emotions in real time. Taehyung's response, meanwhile, carried a quiet strength. He emphasized the importance of communication and trust, hinting that not every rumor deserves energy, yet not every silence should be mistaken for indifference. His message felt like both reassurance and revelation. It left room for interpretation, which only intensified curiosity. Are we witnessing two artists expressing personal growth in parallel, or is there an unspoken conversation happening between the lines? That question lingers, refusing to settle. The most compelling part of this unfolding story is that neither Jungkook nor Taehyung has framed it as drama. There are no accusations, no public disagreements. Instead, there is maturity, reflection, vulnerability, and yet, the emotional undercurrent is impossible to ignore. Behind the glamour of sold-out arenas and chart-topping hits lies the reality of long-term relationships forged in pressure. Jungkook and Taehyung grew up together in an industry that demands perfection. Every gesture is magnified, every interaction analyzed. Under such scrutiny, even minor shifts can appear monumental. It is not unreasonable to imagine that at some point, a misunderstanding could occur. But misunderstanding does not automatically mean conflict. Sometimes it simply means two people learning how to understand each other again in a new phase of life. What makes this moment different is transparency. Jungkook's willingness to speak honestly suggests a desire to prevent further misinterpretation. Taehyung's thoughtful words suggest emotional awareness and resilience. Rather than exposing fractures, their messages may actually reveal strength. Because acknowledging growth is not the same as admitting failure. Yet the tension remains compelling. Fans crave clarity. They want a definitive statement that confirms everything is perfectly fine or dramatically broken. But reality rarely operates in absolutes. Relationships evolve gradually. Sometimes the most meaningful conversations happen privately, far away from cameras and headlines. The most surprising development is how this situation has unified many supporters instead of dividing them. Instead of fueling hostility, countless fans have expressed empathy. They recognize the courage it takes to speak openly. They understand the complexity of long-term bonds. And perhaps most importantly, they are beginning to accept that not every question requires immediate answers. Could it be that the so-called misunderstanding is actually a misunderstanding created by the audience? That possibility is both ironic and revealing. In trying to decode every nuance, the public may inadvertently create the very narrative they fear. Still, something undeniably shifted. There is a new layer of depth in how Jungkook and Taehyung are perceived, not as flawless icons immune to emotional friction, but as individuals navigating growth under extraordinary circumstances. And that humanization, paradoxically, strengthens their connection with supporters. As this story continues to unfold, one thing becomes clear. Honesty changes everything. Jungkook's candid words opened a door. Taehyung's reflective response walked through it with grace. Whether there was ever a real misunderstanding may remain partially unknown. But what has emerged is something perhaps more meaningful. Proof that vulnerability does not weaken bonds. It refines them. So now the question returns to you. Do you believe there was truly a hidden misunderstanding between Jungkook and Taehyung? Or are we witnessing a powerful example of two artists growing in public view? Share your thoughts, because this conversation is far from over. And as more subtle hints and unexpected revelations surface, one thing is certain. The story of their bond is still being written, and the next chapter may surprise us all. The tension did not fade after those first waves of reaction. In fact, it intensified in ways no one could have predicted. As clips circulated and translations spread across platforms, fans began to notice something even more intriguing. The emotional tone behind Jungkook's honesty and the subtle nuance in Taehyung's response did not feel disconnected. They felt linked, almost like two sides of a private conversation unfolding in public view. That Jungkook's words carried vulnerability that many described as rare. He spoke about moments of confusion, about the difficulty of expressing feelings when expectations are high, and about how silence can sometimes be misread as distance. His delivery was calm but firm, as if he had rehearsed the courage rather than the script. There was no visible anger, no resentment, but there was undeniable weight. And that weight made people wonder whether he had been holding something in for far longer than anyone realized.